Although you can't tell how serious the drought is, reservoir lakes and snowpacks that we rely on for our water are drying up. Drastic measures will be necessary if we do not collectively cut back water use by 24%, as mandated by the state. We are all in this together. Here are some ways that you can help meet our conservation goal. El Toro Water District thanks you for doing your part.
Welcome back. We have Jose Vergara here today, and of course, he's with the El Toro Water District Director. Nice to have you here, sir.
Good morning, Ken. Glad to be here.
Yeah, and a lot of things we're going to be talking about today. And first, what we're going to get into, you brought some great slides here, and I think the first one that we're going to show shows the 3-month weather outlook from this month through November, as we can see, and showing this is obviously for the temperatures, right?
Yes. Well, it's been hot, and it will continue to be hot, thanks to El Nino. El Nino is a scientific process calculated around, but basically it's when the water in the Pacific Ocean gets warmer for half a degree for about 6 months. They call it El Nino, but it's been warmer more than 2 or 3 degrees. So that's the reason they call it El Super Nino or the Godzilla Nino. So it's for sure it's going to bring higher temperatures, but a lot of water too.
Right, exactly. And
that's what the next slide shows.
Yeah, the next slide is this your, the water, let's see if we have it in the right
This
order.
one here.
Yeah, here we go, I got it here. This is the one that is showing the above average rainfall. And what's really notable here is that when you really look at this, is that above here, really Central California on is really going to be normal, or maybe even below normal, where it's Southern California and of course all across the western United States, the Southwest I should say, where they're going to be getting a lot.
It is a good point, good eye. The El Nino will bring warm water. It won't bring snow.
Right.
Snow is the largest storage that we have in California because when the snow falls on the top of the mountain, the Sierra, that snow is going to be melting slowly during the spring and then in the summer, and we will have enough water. But if there is no snow, we won't have too much water. So it will help, not as much. We'll still continue to be in a drought.
Yeah, exactly. And we've talked about this before about the snowpack. Not only is that kind of what we want, but when you get a good snowpack, it really releases the water slowly as it melts over time, and that's kind of what we want, right?
That's correct, and because the water is going to be falling down here, we're doing everything possible to capture as much water as we can, and we'll talk about probably later on.
Okay, I mean, I guess one of the positive things here for us in Southern California is, a lot of our water comes from the Colorado River and goes into Diamond Valley and those areas, and you can clearly see here that the areas that the Colorado River goes through is going to be getting a lot of rain.
The Colorado River has also been in a long drought, 7-year drought. However, there is a large capacity of storage there.
Yeah.
While in the State Water Project, the storage is limited. So that's the reason that we can count on the Colorado River a lot more.
Yeah.
So we will be getting a full aqueduct from the Colorado River.
Yeah.
So doing limitation only on the side of the State Water Project.
Yeah, so that's good. Let's go to the next slide here.
Well, we've been working with
yeah, this is great.
We've been working to follow the governor mandate to reduce the water by 24%. And we are at 26.
Yeah,
we have a little up and down, but we're making it, and in general, the whole state is making it. We have to thank the people for cooperating, for helping our customers. Without them, we still be paying fines. We did a series of actions. We have done the bulletin that we send, the newsletter, we had advertisement, We have mailers. We have adjusted the budget for outdoor irrigation, and we have an ordinance that controls when do you irrigate. And this is kind of inconvenient for the people, but they're understanding it. If we don't implement those and we don't meet the percentage, our fines will be high.
Right.
That's the reason we're doing all this, trying to accommodate the customer a little bit, but they are responding, and we're very happy that we're doing that.
Yeah.
Let's see the result.
Yeah, let's look at the results of this on the graph that you have on the next slide, and we can see that it's been very good results, hasn't it?
One of the things that helped us during this period has been the vision that the older board of directors and the current board of directors and staff had to build a recycled water plant. Because of the production of the recycled water plant, we don't have to buy as much water.
Right.
Therefore, that helped us too. We are one of the few agencies that are being helped that way. And in fact, we are going to have the construction finished 1 year in advance.
Okay.
Just because the
great.
pressure. So we are right now doing the on-site retrofit to be able to deliver the water to our customers. Our engineer, Dennis Cafferty, which you know already,
Yeah.
has been really into the project, and we're going to be done by June. Thanks to that, we're going to be using recycled water in everything that we thought about.
That's fantastic. That's really good news. And finally, we're going to show, you guys updated your website recently, the look of it, the layout of it. And this is where folks can go to get information. And if you see some water waste, if you can report that there. Nice website, the way it's been laid out. And, again, it's helpful. It really is.
We consider that every single avenue to tell our customer what we're doing. We're also going to be in Facebook. We're just setting the rules so we don't get too much junk there. But Facebook and Twitter, these are avenues that we can communicate with our people. So we will be using that shortly.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I had asked some questions of Jose that really are questions that I hear all the time, just in general. And one of the biggest questions is, okay, we get, last week, or whatever week it was, I think it was last week, we got quite a bit of rain in a short amount of time. In fact, at our house, my rain gauge showed like 1.25 inches in 24 hours, which is nice. But the question is, how come we're not capturing this water better throughout Southern California? We've been in a drought for a while. We know periodically we get droughts. So you were explaining earlier to me that situation, and let's talk about that.
Well, capturing rainwater is a job that we all in the water business have right now. We're looking towards that because it doesn't rain too much, and when it rains, we want to make sure that we capture. But there is a difference between capturing 4 or 5 gallons in your house, 20 gallons, 50 gallons, and thinking big. We have 3 major rivers in the Orange County, Los Angeles area, which is Santa Ana River, San Gabriel, and Los Angeles. These rivers are long, and they have a large area that contributes to the water of the river. Below these rivers, there are large groundwater basins. I would say huge, to use a favorite word right now. So we have huge groundwater basins. Most of the water that rains and comes through those rivers will recharge those. And in the case of the Santa Ana River, ever since the river left the mountain, it started recharging waters in this San Bernardino area, Chino Basin, and when it comes to Prado Dam, it gets stopped. Prado Dam is a flood control device, but it allows to deposit some water and regulate what comes down to Orange County. In Orange County, there are lots of spreading basins, and they're being recharged. So it is being done a lot to recharge. When it rains too much, of course, some of the water is going to go to the ocean because the surface can capture only so much.
Right.
Same thing with the San Gabriel Basin. They have a large basin, the San Gabriel Basin, then the Central Basin that captures some of that water. And the Los Angeles River, the same. There is a an effort right now by lots of concerned citizens that we should capture even more. And I know because the Metropolitan Water District is offering us in El Toro rebates for people who buy the barrel.
Right.
You know, the barrel is probably 25, 30 gallons, but you can have 4 of those in your house and collect some amount of water that you could use for irrigation. Let's start there. Other things that happen, for example, is in 1991, there were 14 million people in California. In 2015, we have 19 people. So for 4 million people in Southern California has been the increase. That means more houses, more streets, more concrete. And the more of this stuff that you build, the less water percolates. So there is also now, the technology is actually inviting developer, designers to build more nature-friendly houses.
Right.
And they are coming through. The building industry has really moved forward and is becoming up to date in environmental. They are very efficient in that sense. So we want everybody, in the city of Santa Monica, for example, they have permeable concrete in the sidewalks. So it can actually rain and the water go through the concrete to the ground.
I find that fascinating.
So these are things. The main issue on who collects the water is how much water you are going to collect. If you build an expensive project to capture rainwater and you want to sell that water, it's going to be a small amount and a high price, then the water agencies will have to sell that very expensively. However, the responsibility of the runoff is in the hands of the counties and the cities. The water district don't have any power on collecting the water. So in the future, hopefully, they will be working together through some means to try to develop some programs. And that is possible. I think something like that is happening now.
Okay, and as you were saying to me earlier, one of the most difficult things is bringing together all the different types of agencies to form a cohesive plan, and it's not that easy.
Institutional barriers is one of the main concerns sometimes because the liability issues. Who is going to pay for what?
Right, yeah.
And in the water district, we had to, any expense that we incur has to be billed to the customer through the rates. And there is so much that we can do because it has to be properly allocated.
Right.
Otherwise, we'll be breaking the law if we do otherwise. So the cities and counties will have to address the runoff and collect the runoff in a way that it is within their charter. So.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I think we're gonna, like you said, we're gonna get a good amount of rain this year, and for us, a lot of it looks like it's gonna hit the Colorado River area and maybe refill Diamond Valley and some of the other reservoirs that we feed off of, right?
That's correct. And you mentioned another question about the infrastructure, the
yes,
breakers.
That's right.
Well, let me tell you, the city of Los Angeles is more than 100 years old.
Yeah.
And believe me, there are some pipes in the city of Los Angeles that are about 100 years old. Those, as well as some of the infrastructure, the bridges and roads, it's about time for us to replace them. And the American Society of Civil Engineers does every year an evaluation, and they have rated very poorly the infrastructure in America. That's the reason that some of the representatives are trying to spend some money in the infrastructure. And in the city of Los Angeles, which is managed by the Department of Water and Power, they have their own nightmare there, but they have plans. They just need time and money to fix the problems. So in general, the infrastructure is always in the eye of the water people.
Okay. We appreciate you coming on. It's always a pleasure. And thank you for the update. It's nice that everyone's kind of doing their part, because everywhere I look, even in the other water districts where I live and all, and they have those signs posted, we seem to be doing better than we need to be doing. And it's great.
And that's scary, because that means we may have been wasting too much.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I know, we've been doing at my house, I really haven't noticed. I know what I have been doing, but I haven't noticed any burden at all. The grass out front, I have a large lawn, haven't been watering it. Quite interesting, this last rain we got, I mean, the grass was, looked like hay out there. But one rain, I look at the grass, it's green
green
again.
again. That's correct.
So when we get, a couple months from now, we start getting the rain again, that grass will be looking good. So no problem there. And besides, brown grass around Halloween time, it fits perfect, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. Hey, thank you. Always a pleasure to see you.
Ken, thank you very
All
much.
right. We'll be right back. No, it's true. The one rain.